Hey everyone, it's Bethany. Welcome back to my craft room. In this video, I am going to be sharing my latest craft haul. I've had a couple deliveries lately, and so I'm going to show you what has been on my wish list and what I have been adding to my craft space to get ready for the upcoming holidays. So the holidays are among us. I'm so excited because I feel like crafting just gets even more fun during these next few months. So let's go ahead and get started. In the first half of this video, I'm going to share my craft supply haul. I focused on getting some things for the next upcoming holidays, but I also focused on some craft room organization things that I thought would be really helpful to have in my space. And then after the craft haul, of course, we're going to get creative, and I can't wait to show you what we're crafting today. I love that Thanksgiving is right around the corner, so that's going to definitely inspire today's little craft. And let's go ahead and get started. So go ahead and give this a thumbs up if you are ready to go. As a reminder, everything that I show both in my craft haul and then in the upcoming craft at the end of the video will all be linked in the description box below this video. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I thought it would be fun to start with the craft supply haul because a few of the items that I want to use to bring these cards together are going to be within one of these boxes. So I wanted to show you what I've been getting lately, and hopefully this inspires you too as you are shopping for your own craft space. And with holidays coming up, it definitely inspired some of my shopping because I think there's going to be a lot of card making coming up. Okay, so to start off, I did splurge and get some things from Concord and Ninth. I actually purchased their entire ink line, if you will, and they have the funnest colors, and I just love their color combinations as well. So I got all of them. I can't remember how many are in the collection, but I will link them down below. I'm trying to do this so they don't all tip over, but I went ahead and also purchased the little labels, and if you saw over on Instagram, I was having fun one evening doing a little wine sipping and labeling all of my new inks. So I like the idea of the side label because I do have some new ink storage that I'll show you in a bit, not in this video, but coming up. And it makes it easy to store the inks so that you can see on the side which ones they are. So here are the colors. I think they're all really, really neat. I like the variety that there is too, and I think they're just super pretty. So one thing that I also really like is that they have coordinating cardstock to the ink colors, which is so neat, right? So all of these same colors that you see here are the same colors that their ink is, which is so neat. So I did go ahead and purchase their cardstock as well. So pretty. And then while I was adding to cart, I went ahead and grabbed some of this white glitter cardstock because winter's coming up, and I just think white glitter is one of the things that I use the most during the winter time. So I picked up some of that. And I thought I would bring some white glitter into my card making because I tend to bring a lot of white glitter into all other aspects of my crafts. Okay, let me grab a couple more things, well, a lot more things that I purchased, and we'll see some of the things that will be coming to the channel this fall and winter. Okay, so I also got a few things from Simon Says Stamp because they recently had a little sale. And some of the things I picked up is I did pick up 3 of their ink pads in Melon, Seafoam, and Limelicious. Kathy Zilski told me I should add these to my collection, so I went ahead and added those to my cart. And I also love that they do the side labels as well, so it's going to just look so pretty when I get my new storage set up. I also picked up some of these cute little, they're called light pink hot hands, and this is for holding the cardstock while heat embossing. So I thought that this was really, really fun, and I thought this would be a really nice way to keep my fingers cool when using my heat embossing tool. So I am going to definitely try those out pretty soon, and well, I don't know if I'm going to emboss in today's video, but you'll see them coming up. I also picked up some of this pixie spray, and this is just going to help when putting some stencils down on cardstock. It'll just help it stay put during any type of blending or adding some fun multimedia. And I got that because I picked up this beautiful, beautiful, let's see, this is called a snowflake cluster. It's a beautiful stencil, and I really want to play around with it this winter. So knowing that, I wanted to pick up some of this pixie spray so that I would have a way to be successful with this stencil. And as a reminder, I'll link everything that you see down in the description box below this video. That way, if you are inspired by anything or want to add anything to your own collection, then you can shop the links down there. Okay, a couple other things that I purchased was this cute, and I think I purchased a couple of these. Did I or did I not? Maybe not. Okay, so I purchased this really, really neat sub-sentiment. They're called Simple Sentiments, and they're from Kathy Zilski. She created these, and they are just so fun. I love "You're a stellar human." I miss your face. I love that. And I just love the little sentiments. I think they are so fun. Sorry you got the crud. I think that's so cute. And then, oh, they're just so cute. I love all of them. And I love that they are really universal. So you have Boo on here and like stuff that you can use all year round, right? I think that stuff like this is really, really easy to add to your collection because it's a guilt-free purchase, right? Because you can use it all year long. Sometimes I always feel guilty when I just buy certain things that I can only use during certain times of the year, but I love stuff like this that I can pull 12 months out of the year. Okay, another thing that I purchased for winter is this really pretty embossing folder. It's snowflakes. Isn't that beautiful? I thought that this would be so pretty, and I am really excited to play around with it. Oh, I did. Okay, so I also got this other sentiment pack, and I just love all of the little phrases in here. Look at this, moi. I just love that. And then I'm forever on Team You. I just think these are so cute. That's what I'm talking about. That is so fun. I love stuff like this. It makes card making just that much more fun when you have a really fun sentiment. Okay, so before I share this, I purchased some of these as well. These are reverse sentiment strips. They are so neat. I got the Yay and the Love, and they are just so neat. But I think I might have been inspired by I think Kathy Zilski does this, so I picked these up too. So knowing that these reverse sentiments are something that you're going to want to keep organized, I purchased these storage boxes, and I'm not going to go ahead and open and assemble them right now. That's going to be for another little crafty night, but I got these really neat storage boxes, and then these little clear pockets will fit right inside. So inside these pockets, I can just place these cute little sentiment strips, and then I can use my label maker to add which collection they are from. So I really wanted a way to get all of these organized, and once I get them organized, I will put them up on Instagram or something like that so you can see. I also purchased really cute, now I know graduation season is not coming up, well, unless college students sometimes do a mid-year graduation, so some people are graduating in December, but I know most of the graduates aren't graduating until June, but I went ahead and picked this up because I didn't want to forget about it. I think this is so cute. This is a little graduation hat die, and I just think it'll be really, really fun. I also was really inspired by this berry wreath. I think this is one of their newer items from this year, and I think that this is beautiful. And one thing that I really like about this is that I feel like you could use this year round, and depending on the colored cardstock that you use, you could definitely make this look seasonal for the season that you're in. So of course but naturally during the winter time, you might want to do more deep greens and reds if you want to do kind of a traditional holly wreath. But then you could really make this fun and use some pastel berries and use a nice light green for your wreath for spring or something like that. But I thought these were really, really neat. Another thing for this winter is this cute little simple hoe dies, and I thought this was so cute. In fact, I am already inspired with how I'm going to use this. I just need to go ahead and film that video, so I was waiting on that to come. And then I am tucking this away because I always need fun birthday cards, and I got this little sentiment collection. Oh, I'm sorry, stencil, not sentiment, stencil collection, and I love that one is just the outline of the candles, but the other one has the cute little, I want to call them embellishments, but that's not the right word, but more of the detail, right? So I think these are really fun, and we could have some fun ink blending or even doing some multimedia with that. I got some red line tape, and I'm actually going to be using this in next week's video. We're going to be making a really, really fun card. So I picked this up because I thought that it would be really beneficial in the card that I'm going to be making. So I can't wait to try that. I've never used red line tape before, but it does say ultra strong, and then I like that it's also heat safe as well. And then also I do like it that it's ideal for all surfaces because that's just really nice. It kind of makes it a very universal tape. Okay, this is probably one of the things as simple as it is, this is one of the things that I'm most excited about. I purchased these really neat domed arches stencils, and I just think that these are going to be one of those universal, really fun things that you can add to your little stencil collection that you can use over and over again. I just have so many ideas for these. I recently purchased the dome arches from Spellbinders, and I feel like I use those dies all the time. So knowing that, I know that my eye really likes this little dome idea, so I went ahead and got the stencils. Okay, another thing, and these are new this year, and these are so neat. This is from Pink Fresh Studio. They have this really neat washi tape that's really nice and big, but what's fun about it is once you roll it out, then there's coordinating dies to go along with it that will cut it out. So you add the washi tape to cardstock, and then you flatten it on the cardstock, and then you just add the dies, and the die is just one big die. You have, of course, a little sentiment here. However, this is just one big die. You don't clip it apart or anything like that. You just put it right on down, and then you just cut all of them out at once. So I'm really excited to show you this. I think it's really pretty. And one of the reasons I chose this one is because I think color-wise it's really pretty for winter. Even though these may not be winter flowers or anything like that. I'm not a flower expert, but I thought that these colors were really, really nice and rich for winter time. So I am excited to play around with that. Another thing, okay, I just got a couple because I wasn't sure what they'd look like in person, and now I am running back online to get all of the colors. Look how beautiful these glitter drops are. Are they just stunning or what? I've never seen anything like this in my life. The sparkle is amazing. The colors that I got were champagne, no brainer for me. I also got gold, no brainer. But I also got this for Christmas because this is called Leaf. I love that color of green, and it's just stunning. So I picked this up. I thought that this would be really fun, and now I want all of the colors. And then finally from Simon Says Stamp, I do have a couple more things in a different haul, but I got the mega roll of foam tape. I'm excited about this. It was a little pricey, but I splurged and I got some because foam tape seems to be one of my favorite parts of building up a card. So I got some of that as well to add to my little collection, and I'll be ready for a long time of card making. Okay, the next variety of craft supplies came from scrapbook.com. Again, I'll link everything down below. The first thing I got was some storage for my paper. So I really like these. Now, again, I don't really have much of an opinion yet. Again, obviously they are still in the pack, just came out of the box, but I really liked these. I liked the fact that I got these for my 8.5 by 11 pieces of cardstock, mainly for my Concord and 9th too, because I wanted to keep brands all organized. So I liked that they were tabbed up here because then I can go ahead, and this is an easier way to see it down here. These are a little tough to see, but I like that I can label them because I am all about labeling things. But I thought that this would be nice because I like to keep brands organized. That way I know exactly what I'm using. That helps me when filming, but it also helps me when I am trying to link things for all of you as well. So I thought in terms of organization, that was definitely a good buy. Also for 12 by 12 paper, I picked up a couple packs of these large envelopes. So these are just really, really big envelopes for the 12 by 12 or bigger size. And I grabbed a couple of those because I kind of had a feeling I was going to like them. Again, I'm not quite sure yet, but they look to be exactly what I hoped they would be. Okay, I can't even help myself, but I did purchase some really pretty scrapbook paper from Paige Evans. There are so many really cool ones in here. This is the one that stole my heart, and I don't know if I don't want to undo all of it, but look. I mean, it's so pretty. This one is so neat. It has all these little sentiments on there, which I think you could cut these all apart and have you could have a year's worth of cards. Look at all of these. Look at the buttons. You're going to want this. Add this to your cart. Look. I mean, they're all too good, and they get better and better. This is the one that sold the pack on me, and I can't cut it all apart right now, but it's got a nice rainbow of color. I thought that would make a really cool slimline card because you could get the height of all of that color. I mean, it just keeps getting better and better. Oh, that is so pretty. Then of course you have some, oh, these are letter boards. That is so fun. I mean, they just keep getting better and better. And are there duplicates? I don't think so. 48 sheets. It didn't seem like there were duplicates. I might have to buy this again because I don't know how I'm going to, I'm gonna want more than one of these. Those are just gorgeous. Okay, then I went ahead, I really wanted this really fun pops of color set. This is kind of their fall set. I really wanted this for this fall. So in order to kind of be successful with it, I did pick up a little scraper, and I thought that this would be helpful when kind of playing around with this little mixed media. But I loved these colors. Aren't they pretty? So pretty. Let me know if you've used pops of color before. This will be my first time, but I've kind of seen them demo them and they look super fun. Okay, again from Paige Evans, this was actually one of their freebies at the time of my purchase, and I wanted this so much, so I'm really excited to have this added to my collection. I love this little combination of fonts here. I think it's so pretty, and I love, love, love these really neat banners. Okay, I know you're thinking you just bought foam tape, but I actually really do like scrapbook.com's foam tape. I really, really like it, and it's got a really nice width and thickness to it as well. So I just grabbed it because whenever I place an order, I try to grab a couple of my most used and favorite things, so why not? I just added one of those too. In terms of some sequins and sparkle, I did pick up this from Spellbinders. It's so pretty. It's a nice gold disc that's nice and smooth, so it doesn't have the little inside sequence piece in there. And then I also picked up this pink opalescent one as well because I really like their opal collection. I think they're all just so pretty, and I use them a lot. So I thought this would be really pretty for spring. And then I saw these really neat hearts, and it looks like they have both the outline and the fill inside, which is so pretty. And you know, it's gonna happen soon. Valentine's Day will come up quicker than we know, because once Christmas is over, it seems like it just zooms right into that new year. So I picked this up just to have on hand and ready to go for Valentine's Day. But I also like, given its color, that you could use this all year round, right? It does not scream Valentine's Day, but I just thought it'd be probably where I probably will introduce it with my cards. Okay, another fun thing that I picked up was I think this was on sale too. I found this really neat sequin pillowcase from We Are Memory Keepers, and so I thought this would be really, really fun for Christmas time. So I'm going to decorate this in one of my upcoming Christmas videos, so look out for that. I think this will be really, really fun, and I know the kiddos are going to just love this. Also, speaking of Christmas, look at these really fun chipboard letters. Aren't these so cute? I love the little vintage look. I think it's so fun. In fact, I also have the paper. Let me grab it. Not from this haul, but I bought this during the fall time. I have the coordinating paper, and so I added the little chipboard pieces as well because they were just so neat. In fact, this is what stole my heart. It was the oh, nope, it was this one, this little reindeer. I thought it would be so neat. Plus, I loved this really pretty flocked Christmas tree. I think this is so pretty, and I love the little sentiments. Everything's just so vintage and fun. It's right up my alley. Pardon my phone. Okay, so those coordinate together, and then I found this from, I think this is from, oh, I thought this was Paige Evans, but it might not be. Anyway, I saw this and I thought this would be really, really pretty for fall time. Maybe I'll bring in a card tonight, but I'm not quite sure. But this is so cute. I really, really loved it. And again, very universal, but I loved the thickness of them. They are the thickers, which are super fun. And so you can see they already have that built-in foam to them. It's kind of hard to see, but oh, there you go. You can see they're already really dimensional, which really makes for some quick card making. And then the last thing that I got, oh, not the last thing, but I'll share this in a second. One of the last things I got were these slimline dies. And these are really neat because it helps you to cut out strips of paper so much quicker. So it can really make those fun projects where you want lots of strips of paper go a lot quicker because you have these fun sized dies. And there's 4 of them with different widths, but they're really nice, really long. And I just think the possibilities are endless with that. finally, and what we're basing our cards around tonight are these really fun little coordinating paper pad and also the decorative brads. I think these are so neat, and they also have some chipboard pieces as well. I loved these. I wanted to really bring in some of these papers in a couple of cards, so that's what we're going to do tonight. I thought that this would be really fun. I love all of these papers. This was one of those purchases that I was really, really excited, and I was waiting by the mailbox for these to come in, but aren't they so neat? And I love stuff like this where everything is kind of all done for you, because that right there could make a really fun card in and of itself. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to clear my space, and then we're going to get crafting, and let's bring a couple really pretty fall or Thanksgiving inspired cards together. These will be really good ideas if you are going to Thanksgiving this year and need a little Hostess card real quick. Then these will be some really fun and simple cards that you can be inspired with. Okay, so I did actually pause for a moment, and I took a little break and actually did a little organizing, because I did show you a few items that I really wanted to use firsthand. That way you could kind of get a better idea of how I'm going to use them, but also so I could really get an idea if I was really going to like them. That way I could recommend them to you. So I really do like these organization bins from Simon Says Stamp. It did come in a pack of 3, I believe. I only assembled one, and it took me 4 seconds to assemble it. And then again, I bought separately the little storage pockets. Now, I do need to continue doing a little organizing, but my little label maker ran out of label tape. So it's coming literally probably today from Amazon. So I need to just press pause on the actual organizing of them, but I do have them all organized individually, and then I can just tuck them right in here. And again, I will just place, you know, the name and designer on the little front of the little storage pocket. But I was really impressed with these. I like how clean and sleek they look. Also, for some reason, I know this is so little, but I love the little emblem and how it matches up here. I don't know. It's the little things for me, but I really like that. Okay, so that ended up working out really well. Definitely recommend that. The other thing that I did go ahead and open was I opened up some of these 12 by 12 storage pouches, and I really wanted these for some of my paper packs, and I did have a paper pack that I needed to get all organized. And in this paper pack, I actually purchased the chipboard letters and the little additional embellishments. So this was super handy to keep everything in one spot. That way I'm not shopping around my whole craft space for the coordinating set. But then in the back, I thought I could tuck in the scrap pieces that come off of those larger projects, because always save your scraps. You can do so many little pieces of paper. So I love this. Again, I probably will go through when needed and do a little labeling, but I really like this for those larger 12 by 12 sheets of paper. Then finally were these really nice storage pouches for 8.5 by 11 cardstock. And this is how I started to organize and assemble my Concord 9th cardstock. So I went ahead and organized it essentially by color family. So I think I have about 3 of each color in each little storage pocket. And I really like how this looks. And so again, 3 of each color. And then when I get my label tape, then I will do company. And then I'll probably actually put individual labels for each individual color that is inside the pocket, just to keep me really organized. But I really like how this looks. I like that the tabs are nicely going across. This just looks really nice. Again, I have multiple colors within each one, but I just thought this looked really clean and sleek, and then I can just easily get everything organized. Plus I have some additional storage for the glitter paper that I purchased, as well as some empty ones as well, which is really refreshing because it gives me room to grow. But I really love the look of that. I think that that just looks really nice. I also think that it just is going to keep me super organized. So in terms of further organizing this, I have one of these really nice acrylic file folder bins, and I've had this forever because I use these over and over again. I got these from the Container Store, which is just one of the most lovely stores ever. But I thought I could organize these little file pouches, if you will, in here as I obviously will be probably growing my paper collection, but whoops, I really like how this looks. I think that that's going to look really nice and just really sleek. And then again, with the addition to the labels, I think that'll look really nice. Okay, we have shopped, we have organized. Now let's start to create. Okay, let's go ahead and start creating. What I want to do is, when I started filming this, I thought I was going to just put a couple cards together using this little Decorative Brads add-on to this really pretty Harvest Market paper pack. And I'm still going to do that, but as I took a little break to do a little organizing, then my mind was just kind of getting further inspired, and I thought I really want to bring in these really fun pops of color, and I want to create with these. So we're going to create with them. Again, it did come in a 6-pack. The additional colors were Snowflake and then also Sunflower. I am actually going to put these to the side, and I'm going to use the remaining 4. So we have, let's see, Glass Sage. We also have, or I guess it's just Sage. Okay, and then we have Iced Mocha. We have, to find the name, Terracotta, and then finally we have Marine. This is so pretty. Okay, so I am going to use those, I think, in this order here, and I want to play around with just playing around with putting some color on some paper, and then later on we will create a couple more cards using this little collection here. So we're going to set this to the side. We're definitely going to run in this direction because I need some cards for teachers, and I love using card packs for doing that. Okay, now what we're going to do is, oops, this got a little bent. Actually, it's going to be just fine because of the idea that I am going to do. So I'm going to have my little scraper here, and then I am going to go ahead and take this little first color, again, Terracotta. And again, I purchased this in the collection, if you will. And I'm just going to, actually, I'm just going to keep the little caps off for a second. I'm just going to do generous little squirts down the paper here. Just going through each color. And then you can really see, look how pretty those are. Aren't those pretty? Okay, and then we have Marine. And then I'm going to repeat. Oh, I was going to try to keep the caps off, but out of habit, I'm always reassembling. Okay, so repeating that color pattern, and there we go. Okay, and finally Marine. Okay, and then you could keep going if you want, and there's so many ways you can do this, so many different patterns and looks that you could go for. They're so neat. But this is actually my first time playing with the pops of color, but I've kind of watched other people playing with them and I've been inspired with kind of how I want to approach this. Okay, so I have the little beads, if you will. So they're just like little beads of paint right on my cardstock. I went with 80-pound cardstock. You could go a little bit heavier if you'd like. And now I'm just going to take this scraper. And so I practiced a little bit while I was kind of organizing. One thing I noticed is that if you go too firm, like if you push down too much, it's going to be really translucent. So you want to kind of not press as firmly. Well, I guess it's the look you're going for, right? So if I press really firmly, I'm going to show you. If I press really firmly, look how light it is. Isn't that, I mean, you can barely see it. And then we have our beautiful color right on our spatula here. But then you can just kind of realign this. Now, if I go a little bit lighter, once I realign and I just kind of glide over, look how much more vibrant that is. Isn't that neat? Oh, that's really cool. That is so cool. So then you can kind of just keep going over and over until you get the look that you're going for. Isn't that neat? I just love that. And then you could even kind of go offset if you kind of want to, you know, begin blending into another color. See how this kind of moved over? Isn't that neat? Now you also could go back in and relayer. So you could add a little bit more of your terracotta and then go through. If you wanted just to bump up your colors, you absolutely can do that as well. Now, I did find this takes a little bit longer than I thought to dry. I didn't time it, but I was doing one earlier while I was organizing, and I'm kind of grateful that I did because I probably would have been waiting around for this to dry. We probably could get one of those heat it tools and dry it quicker than that. I don't have one, but maybe this is kind of going to give me the excuse to finally buy one. Okay, so I have reapplied my color. And you could wipe this off if you want, but honestly, I think it's just fine. So I'm just going to realign. And then again, if you go light, look how vibrant that is. Isn't that fun? And I love that color combination together. Is it sage? The sage is really light. So doubling up on that is a really good idea. But how pretty is this? Now I'm going to set this to the side. I think that's so pretty. And I feel like the more imperfect you go with it, the better. So you can just kind of keep going over and over. I mean, you really can't mess it up. Okay, that looks so pretty. So I'm going to save this one for later because it's going to take a little bit of time to dry. Really quickly, you want to wipe this off right away or go wash it off right away because it does dry on here, which is funny because I just said it took a long time to dry, but it seems like it kind of dries on here a little bit quick. So you want to go ahead and wipe that down really quickly. But look how pretty that is. And it has a really fun glossy shine to it. So I love that. So I'm going to go ahead and set this to the side. I made a couple others earlier and they turned out really, really neat as well. This is actually the first one that I did, and this is the one I think I'm going to go with. I think it's so neat, but they're nice and dry now, and they have a really fun, it's like a glossy photo, right? Do you remember when you used to print photos and they were all glossy? Now I'm a matte girl, but I remember back in the day of picking up my photos and I would have the glossy images, and that's exactly what this reminds me of. So these look really, really neat. In fact, this one is probably my best that I've done, but I don't want to wait for that to dry. So I'll make another card with that later, but I'm going to go ahead and set it to the side. I'm going to use this, and let's go ahead and make a card. So I have a really fun little die here. Isn't this pretty? It says Happy Thanksgiving. I'll link all the materials I'm using down below in case you want to recreate this look. But I thought this would be really, really neat. Now, of course, I should have mentioned, so I apologize. It doesn't really matter in this case because of the idea that I'm running with. It didn't really matter how big on the paper I did it. The only thing that matters is that I have enough room to do and cut out my sentiments. So looks like I have just enough. Got lucky there. Okay, so I am going to get my pink tape. My kids were down here today, and let's see, I want to see where, okay, thanks, happy giving. Whoops, I had that wrong, but that's fine. I kind of want to make sure it actually lines up better and gives me more space. I think I like that because I think I'm getting most of the colors. I'm losing a little bit of the orange in the giving, but I'm getting it in the happy, which is totally fine. But I think this is going to be really neat. Okay, so my kids were down here today playing, and they noticed my pink tape. And my littlest said, "Mommy, you have pink tape. That is just so awesome." And I just can't help but laugh. And now I think I'm going to think of that every time that I pull out the pink tape because they'd never seen it. And right now it doesn't seem like anything special to me because I've been using it forever, but it just looked magical to them. And I just thought that was the cutest reaction I'd ever seen. Pink tape. Okay, so I'm going to over tape here because I just don't want anything to shift. And I'm going to run this through. Let me turn this cutie pie on. There we go. And we're going to run it through and get it all cut out. Okay, so I'm going to grab my plates, set that to the side, and let's cut this. I'm going to trim this down because I want to angle it a little bit. And we'll trim it all down. And I have a really fun idea, and I'm excited to see this take shape. So when I was kind of first starting doing cards, I was pre-making all of my cards, like a practice run before filming it, just to see if I liked it. But now I've been encouraged to just go with it. And you know what? If I like it, I'll post it. If not, you'll probably never know I did it. But you know, it's kind of fun just to play around, and plus it's saving me so much time not having to pre-record. Okay, or practice, I guess. Okay, let's cut this out. And oh, it did a really good. Okay, so I am going to just pop these out, and I'm really anxious to see how these look. Oh, it's cutting so well. Okay. Yay, yay, yay. I'm loving the little glossy look to them. Okay, so they're all inside there. And then you could also save this and do something fun with that if you'd like. I'm personally not going to in this video, but you can always do that. Okay, and let's go ahead and reveal what these look like. So I have my little pokey tool. Let's go ahead and poke these out. Okay, so far they're so neat. I love it. And so also you should note that, you know, don't stress about it being perfect when you are playing around with scraping the color on or any technique that you want to try, because if you end up using a die cut to cut out the background or to cut out your die cut from that background, you really aren't going to notice any little misgiving, right? It's going to be beautifully perfect however you do it. So don't stress too much about it. Just allow yourself to be creative. Aren't these cool? I love the fall colors. I think they are so, so pretty. I love the kind of orange, and this one was, hold on though, this was more, I thought, of a beige. What do they call this? Oh, iced mocha. But I'm really getting kind of a yellow look in here. And then I just love, so I love these two for like leaves, but I love these for like, it reminds me of just the cozy sweaterness of fall, right? Everything together just looks beautifully fall. I love this collection. I'm so glad that I invested in it. Okay, so I'm going to just set these to the side. I'll poke the rest of those out later, but I'm also going to actually take these once more, and I'm going to cut them out 2 additional times on 110-pound cardstock. That way we can just stack these up in just a moment. So let me go ahead and cut those out, and then we will layer our die cuts. Okay, I have everything cut out. I also have, I kind of keep them in here, the little dots to the eyes are still in there, and I thought that was probably just a safe place to keep those. I'm just going to poke out all of these little middles. Did a really good job cutting them out. And then we're going to layer these up just so that they really elevate and pop up off of the card really, really nicely. So let me poke these out, and then I will kind of arrange these how they're going to go. Aren't they pretty though? I think this is so neat. I'm really loving the glossy look. So we'll stack those. We'll grab our other happy and stack that. And this will look so nice. Okay, I'm also going to bring my spray box in, and I'm going to use spray adhesive to stack these up because they are just so fine and intricate. And so I'm just going to put the bottom 2 layers, so my 110-pound cardstock layers, inside the box. I'm going to spray those really quickly off camera, away from my computer and all of my fun machines. And I'm going to use this, and then we will stack them all up. Okay, so there is 1 layer, and it's so sticky. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, 1 and 2. Let's stack the, actually that one's gonna be my bottom one because it was kind of a little bit more of a, not a great die cut for some reason. So I'll have it be on the bottom. It's not gonna matter one little bit at all. And being careful because that top layer is sticky as well. Oh, there, that did beautifully. So really quickly, I'm gonna lay this top one on, and then, oh, it's so sticky. Then we'll have some really, really nice, thick, bulky letters. Okay. Oh, really well. Okay, let me just squeeze those all together. And then look how nice and thick they are. Isn't that nice? It's just so substantial. Okay, so a couple places where I just need to squeeze into place. That looks really nice though. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh. I love it so much. That is so neat. Oh, Oh, I'm loving how this looks and turns out. Okay, or is turning out. Let me grab an acrylic block. Okay, and then I'm just going to place my block over there just to get it all pressed down. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing for the remaining pieces. Okay, so I am stacking the last word, and for some reason, everybody enjoys one particular part of a project over another, right? But for some reason, one of my favorite parts actually is stacking and layering die cuts. For some reason that I don't really understand, I find it really relaxing. So I know that that is probably an unpopular opinion because it can be a little tedious. However, I find it really gratifying on a couple levels. So I think that is pretty darn done. Now, I may or may not change my mind about the little dots to my eyes. I just don't know what mood I'm in for doing those tiny little pieces, but those aren't until the end, so we'll just see. Oops, I need to just squeeze one little spot. We'll see where we're at. Okay, happy Thanksgiving. How cute did that turn out? That's really fun. I'm also now going to grab my card panel and we're going to play around with some embossing. Grabbing my little A2 layer dies from Waffle Flower, I am going to select the third layer in, and I am simply going to trim down my panel just a little bit before I emboss it. Now, the reason I'm doing it before is because if I were to go and emboss with my embossing folder and then run it through again to cut it down, it would squish the embossed look, and I really want that to be nice and as fresh as can be. So I'm going to trim down first, and then we will emboss. Okay, so that is nice and trimmed down, and let me pull that up and off. Oh, it is just so fresh. Okay, so here is our nice trimmed down panel, and now I'm going to grab a folder that I have not used yet, but I think is so pretty for Thanksgiving. And unfortunately, I know, bad card maker, I know, but I don't have info on where I got this because some of my supplies I've actually had for a really long time, and I know I've had it for a long time and I still haven't used it, right? But that's a conversation for another day. So let me get those out of the way. This is kind of like a honeycomb. It's more of like a stitched honeycomb pattern. If any of you know where this is from, let me know, and then I can link it, but I'll do my best to try and find it, or, you know, find something similar. So I'm going to go ahead, because this has right angles to it, right? These lines on the side, I want to make sure that I do my best lining it up really well. Okay, so I'm thinking something like this. Now I'm going to actually run this through my spell binders because I haven't quite gotten the hang of embossing on my Gemini Junior. So let me go do that really quick, and then we will continue building this card up. I'm really excited to see the final look. Okay, so I went ahead and did it, and ooh, that is so pretty. Look how pretty that is. It's so simple. And I'm really going for just simple here because I didn't want to just do a basic white panel, right? I wanted something a little bit more, and I really like how I lined that up. I might actually go this way. I kind of like that better because I like this at the top. But I wanted the letters to kind of be the showcase here, right? This is going to be so fun. Okay, I'm going to build this from the ground up. So the first thing I want to do is grab some foam tape, and I'm finishing up this tiny little bit so I can open up my big mama roll. I'm so excited about that. I don't know how I can be so excited about foam tape, but that's the reality of it. It's awesome. Okay, so I have some foam tape I'm going to place right on the back, and then I'll put it right on my card. And then let's get to decorating. I think it's going to be just simple, and I think this is going to be one that I end up really loving. I know it already. Okay, so let's bring in my little score buddy here. I also have a 110-pound cardstock for my card base, and that is measuring at 11 inches by 4¼ And when I place that in my score buddy, I will then just score at 5.5, making sure it's snug. 5.5, because that is half of 11, placing that right in the middle. And then we will do, let's see here, our little top folding card, which is so nice. Okay, there we go. Now we can put our little card panel right on the front, which I think will be so pretty. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. I really like that. Okay, let's go ahead and just do final answer. I'm just going to open this up, place a little magnet there for one moment, and let's peel these off and center. Okay, centering, and I think that looks good. Oh, so pretty. I love that embossing folder. I'll do my best to try to find it. But, you know, it's, you know, the honeycomb look or that little hexagon pattern is not too, you know, I mean, it's popular, right? So I'm sure that if I can't find this, I'll find something similar to link for you. Okay, so happy. Oh my gosh. Could this be my favorite card this year? Happy thanks. And I think I'm going to, well, let's play around. Are we going to center? I don't think so. I think I'm going to bottom right justify because I just love that. Yes, I have to. I think that is so pretty. I love it. I really like it. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I think for this, I'm going to do liquid glue. And I'll tell you why. The spray glue, I was doing a video a couple weeks ago when I did the shaker. Okay, so I did this shaker a couple weeks ago, and it's a little hard to see, but I used spray glue, and I felt like it kind of took some of the gold off of my gold cardstock. So I don't want it to interfere with, you know, it's fine for white, right? But I don't want it to potentially interfere with that beautiful, glossy, pretty pops of color that we worked so hard to create, right? Well, actually, we didn't work hard at all. That was super simple art. So I think I'm just going to do the regular liquid glue, and it'll be just perfect. So I'll bring in my Barely Art glitter glue. Any liquid glue will be just fine. And I am just going to very intricately put some glue right on the back. Oh goodness, I'll glue it to my mat and keep it forever and ever. Just kidding, I'll glue it to this card. And I think it's gonna look really nice. My heart, can you tell? My heart is gonna burst. I love it. This is so fun. Okay, so I'm gonna place this here. I think that looks really good. And I actually think that looks really straight too. Now I think I'll work on the, oh goodness, where did they go? Okay, whoops, we got one and we got two. See how small they are? It's ridiculous. Okay, let's get the jewel tool in. Actually, we got to poke out the other ones. I can't not do the dots to the eyes because it just looks so good when it's done. So let's do that before we do the happy and the thanks, just because I want to make sure that my placement is right on this line first. Okay, so I'm going to add these one at a time. So I'll just add a little glue and a little glue. And then, let's see, my jewel tool is going to help here. And let's bring this all the way up. Okay. And whoops, that's the wrong end. Let's do one. Oh goodness, okay. Got a lot of glue there, Bethany. Okay, one and two. Oh, okay, we did it. That'll dry, no worries. Better than not having it at all. I just think it'll be so pretty. Okay, and then one. they're so little that they are so tricky. I think it's on there. It's a hope and a prayer. Okay, 1 and 2, and then a tiny, tiny bit more glue. Okay. Okay, and then we have the, oh goodness, where does it all go? Oh, no, I'm putting it on the wrong spot. No, give ink. Oh goodness, this one's supposed to be over here. I was gonna say the blue is kind of, hold on. We gotta scoot this whole mess over here. Oh goodness. Okay, it's all gonna be good. I was gonna say the blue is not lining up somewhere. Okay, there we go. And then you know what? Wipe away. We're good. It's like it never happened. Okay, and I think, so we got the little mustardy kind of, well, it was called mocha, right? Let me know in the comments. Are you just speaking of mocha, are you an iced coffee fan or are you a warm coffee fan? Let me know, because I could do iced coffee all year round and I tend to. And now I want a mocha, and it's 9:15 at night, but always a good idea, right? Okay, let's continue with the final little bits, and then we'll do the final touches. Okay, here we come in with the thanks, and I like that placement. I think that's really pretty. Oh, I'm actually gonna go up a little bit just because I don't want to crowd here. Yeah, I think that's really nice. Really loving the colors here. And when blended, we're getting this kind of nice teal color that's really fun too. When you're blending the sage and the marine, it's just a really happy, beautiful color that is created with that. Okay, last little bit. This was the funnest little card. I'm so glad that I was honestly not going to do this tonight. I was going to just do something completely different. But I thought, why not just do the pops of color? I thought they would just be so fun to play with. And I hope it inspires you to play around with them as well. And maybe add a couple to your collection. Sometimes I'm so nervous about mixed media. Honestly, like I'm very proud of myself right now because mixed media makes me a little nervous. However, look what happens when you come out of your comfort zone a little bit and just take some chances, if you will. Okay, and then happy. I think, honestly, I think that's pretty golden right there. So, press down. And the thickness of that cardstock just really helps. I think I need a little bit more glue on this S. Something is just kind of, I have to really press that down. Let's see, my block. And, okay, we'll really let that set. Okay, I think that looks really good. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna open up these beautiful Pink Fresh Studio glitter drops in gold. Again, I did get a variety of colors and I'm going to run back for more. So pretty. Because I think that just a little bit of really fun shine is going to be appreciated on this card. Isn't this pretty? I love it. Okay. I love it, love it, love it. So let's bring this down just a little bit. And, oh, a little fun variety in sizes too. I love that. I am going to go 1, and they're kind of domes, if you will. 1, 2, and then we're going to do 1 of each size because that is way too fun. Turn this over. Let's see. There we go. Okay, this is where I'm taking this card. I love the placement of everything. I am really loving the shine of it all. And I think it's gonna be so pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and just glue these down. I am over the moon excited about this. I want to mass produce it. And I honestly think you probably could, right? If you did all of your pretty backgrounds and let them dry. Oops, I'm gonna move that over just a little. I mean, I wouldn't say it'd be easy, but you know, if you wanted to make a few, then I think it would be really worth it. So fun, especially just seeing how pretty they turn out, right? Totally worth it. I'm gonna start a little maybe trend of talking about maybe this being, you know, a Gilmore Girl card, right? This is a card that you would put yourself in front of the Gilmore Girls and you would just enjoy your evening and create, because you know it's going to take a little time, but it's time well spent. So I don't know. I'm going to start that. I'm going to call longer fun cards Gilmore Girl cards, because that's just honestly probably what I would be doing. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and clean this up in a bit, but look how pretty. I'm going to stop there because I think it's just so pretty. Simple, fun. The embossing folder really stole my heart. These really fun pops of color. My goodness. I kind of thought when I added these to cart, Bethany, what are you doing? Like, this is not you. But it is. It is so me. I love it. I love how these turned out. I love that I could put my own kind of spin and style on it. And these drops from Pink Fresh Studio, though. Oh, those are the wrong ones. This is the champagne. Okay, no, these. So pretty. Totally gonna buy all the colors. All right, I hope you enjoyed this card. So fun. Let's go make a couple more, but let's do quick cards. You know, this is the Gilmore Girl card, right? But let's go do a couple cards that we can get done really, really quick. So if you have a last minute card or you really do want to make some in bulk and get them done quick, I have some inspiration for you. Okay, let's look through this paper pad. There are so many fun papers. In fact, actually, I think the video that I'm talking about will come out before this, because I'm using this paper pad to make some place card holders for Thanksgiving with all of our initials on them, and I cannot wait to show you that. In fact, I really do think you'll probably see that video before you see this one, because I'm kind of filming out of order. But all of these are so pretty. Oh, love that. And I love these little acorns as well, but just so stunning. All of the colors, this floral just steals my heart. But they also have these really fun little, I don't even know, what do you call these? Just little sentiment rectangles? I don't even know, but they're so cute, and everything comes in doubles, so this is really nice. I'm going to rip these out, and I'm going to really quickly make cards for the teachers, because I need to get them done really quickly, but I think we can make something super, super stunning, and I want to give you some inspiration for if you don't have the time to sit down for an hour and, you know, let paste dry and all of that. Then here is some more inspiration that will create an equally stunning card. Okay, so I went ahead and used this really fun embossing folder to do some embossed backgrounds. I went ahead and just did that. I have my phone tape on the back because you've seen me do it. It's super easy, and I am going to now place these on some card bases, just like last time, but I think I'm gonna go with Thanks a Bunch, and then I'm gonna do pumpkin spice and everything nice, because these are going to accompany some little coffee mugs, and I think hopefully some gift cards for Starbucks or something like that for fall gifts for the teachers, or Thanksgiving gifts for the teachers. So I thought these were both really, really pretty. Plus this mint, oh, so pretty. The colors are just gorgeous. So I'm going to grab these little nesting dome dies. What are these called? Essential Arches from Spellbinders. I fell in love with these, and I'm using them over and over and over again. Let me get the right size. But instead of just cutting out a basic rectangle, right, I thought instead of just trim, why not make it just a little bit, oh yeah, right? A little bit more visually interesting. So I am going to, well, I will cut this out really quickly just because I don't want to run all of this through my die cutting machine. But let's go ahead and just trim these out and then send them through with these little arches. I think that's going to be so pretty, and it's going to be simple, but I think by using the little arch, I think it's unexpected, and I think it's going to look like the card took a little bit of time, right? I don't know. I'm really liking it. Okay, so I just cut that out. So pretty. Let me see if I can get this little tape gently off. I think this is so pretty. And then it will just go right down on this pretty card base. Pretty, right? Oh, I love that. And then, of course, we'll use foam tape to bring that all together, but let's cut this out. And then I think that will add probably a little shine. Maybe we'll bring in those embellishments that I got as well. Let's reuse some tape here. And that looks good. Okay, does it though? Don't overthink it. But do. Take your time. Okay, so I'm starting to assemble because it's really just lather, rinse, repeat, right? So card base, and then I have my embossed paper with some foam tape to give it some dimension. And then I am doing foam tape on the back of these beautiful little domed arches. Domed arches, is that even how I say it? Or just arches? But I had to say, I got a little nervous about this one because I thought, ooh, white on white on white. But look, once it was placed right on that embossed background, it looks super nice. It looks super clean, and I really, really love it. So I just want to inspire you because not everything has to be super, super in-depth and long, right? I know that some of the cards that I have most enjoyed creating for you tend to take a while, and those are so fun. I always tell you, I really cherish those moments because I like to have those times just to build in still moments for myself because, you know, we just don't get many still moments as mommies, but you also don't need to have lengthy card build processes to create such stunning cards. So these were, ooh, I'm going to attach myself to this card, I think, but this was just a patterned paper pack. I think by using the little arched dies, it really elevated it. But let's take it one more step. I think a little sequins or shine would be pretty. Should we just continue with this because it's just, you know, why not? Why pour something new? And I'm thinking maybe we could do one. Now I'm just tipping these over, if you will. Actually, if I just kind of oh, mess. Okay, maybe one on there. Oh, okay. I'm not digging the additional sequins, but I tell you what I am loving is a little sequins in the middle of this flower, and then a little, well, I'm calling them sequins, but they're like pretty embellishments, right? You know what I mean. But, and then another one in the middle of this pumpkin, just to add something kind of surprising. Now they're getting stuck, so let me get these out. But I'm just not, I don't know, I'm not feeling the placement, or I don't know. So I'm just going to skip it because I really feel like my eye is happy without it. So I'm going to go with my gut on that. But I really do like the kind of addition right on this little pumpkin. I think that'd be cute. Oh, let's see. And then this right here. Okay. And then let's be responsible with our glue and place these little cuties on. So pretty. One and two down there. Oh my gosh, I think that's so fun. I love it. And I think it was the right choice just to do something super simple with this one. But go ahead and add if you'd like. I'm sure it will be beautiful. Okay, so 3 really fun cards, 2 that are fairly quick and easy. Definitely fun if you need a card really quickly, especially if it's Thanksgiving morning and you are heading to Thanksgiving dinner later in the afternoon and you need a fun card for the hostess. So I love these. I think these are so fun. So easy to create in bulk. You could definitely get a lot done in a little amount of time. If you wanted to spend a little bit more time, please consider getting some of these fun pops of color. They are so fun. I loved creating this card. I think the result is just stunning. Oh, you can really see the gloss there. It is so neat. Kind of reminds me of glossy accents without, you know, that little raised puffiness, but oh my goodness, I love it. I hope this was inspiring in some way to you tonight. I hope that this helped to fill your cup in one way or another, whether it was helping you think through some crafty organizations, get inspired with what to add to your cart, or get inspired with some craft room items that you already have and some craft supplies that you have to bring some fun cards together. Be sure to let me know which one was your favorite down in the comment section below, and I will see you all in the next video.